Well, this is our update for National FFA Week as we now visit Minnesota. Ben Olander is with us, state president for the Minnesota FFA Association. Ben, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on here. It's just been a great pleasure. We had an interview earlier this year in my year of service, and it was a great pleasure talking, and I look forward to this conversation we're going to have right now as well.
Well, let's talk about FFA Week itself. Here in Minnesota, what kind of activities are we doing on a state and even onto a local level?
Yeah, so we'll start with the local level, and we go and we start there. We see that our chapters are doing lots of activities on the normal year. Obviously, we're looking at some COVID-based activities, but we get to the statewide level. We're planning to do social media posts that are interactive. We're also looking to do some student spotlight activities, maybe having some interactive fun nights where members can come on and just hang out, play some games and enjoy one another, and then have some constructional meetings as well, where we're able to have interaction with those students. And we've seen this as a common theme this year, just adapting some of the things that we've been able to go through. And it's always cool to put on new things that are new to us, new to the members, but provide opportunities that are similar to what we've had in the past.
Adapting is the good word. You guys really have been kind of thrown in the fire here this year. Your year as an officer is different than really anybody that's ever been in that role.
Yeah, it's been a unique kind of crazy, but it's been awesome. And we looked at this year starting. We were elected in late May, and as we looked at this year, we were hopeful that we were going to get into the classroom setting. We were going to get back to some of our what we call normal events in the fall. And as we just kept going throughout the year, we saw that we just kept adapting and finding different situations where we could meet the needs of the students and provide opportunities that meet some of like our camps, like State Green Hand Leadership Conference, which we put on as a statewide conference. So we put on like state officer Zooms where students can come on and join and learn a 1 hour workshop, similar to what we do in a workshop setting in like one of our camps that we would do. So coming back to that word, just continuously adapt, stay optimistic in a lot of this, and because we know that the future is bright for so many of our members and the opportunities that will arise because of COVID.
Does it create some opportunity to perhaps engage with members and that you perhaps maybe couldn't have done previously?
For sure. Yeah, we've seen a lot of members, from across the state that, we look at some of our virtual content that we provide videos or asynchronous videos where they can just watch at any time. And we look at that as not necessarily this year, but in the future, these students can come back and relate to those videos. And then the agriculture educators can also come back and relate to those as well. And use those in their classrooms, and maybe they want to use them in their chapter meetings. They're just awesome resources. And we've also seen in our Zooms that we've had members come in from all across the state that maybe wouldn't be able to come because of travel concerns, maybe of health concerns. And it's just awesome to see that the participation is there, and the willingness to participate in this year is there from all across the state, and see those members come in.
And we start thinking about FFA convention at this time of the year. What's the approach for Minnesota? How are you guys going to handle it?
Yeah, so we're looking at it a little bit different this year. Normally we put on a convention at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities on their St. Paul campus in Mariucci Stadium that brings in, between 3,000 to 5,000 members. It's an awesome experience. And last year that went completely virtual. They created videos and awesome content, and it was a great program put on. This year we're continuously looking to adapt. We were hoping again to do something in person when we looked at fall. We were looking in the fall at this date, and when we kept looking at it, we're looking at our possibilities and saying, this week we're probably going to end up doing some things like video content, virtual content that are live throughout that week. That would be the same as that our state convention would normally be on. But we're also seeing that we're going to also be able to travel and go meet some of these students where they're at, instead of those students meeting where we at. So again, it's a unique thing, that a unique opportunity that's arise because of the opportunities of COVID and the situation now we're in.
Do you see that some of these things we are doing in COVID's going to carry on post-COVID once we go to a more normalized life situation again?
Yeah, I really do. And I think, this is almost a pivoting point. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about how this era that we're in, this situation that has propelled some of the virtual content and the virtual opportunities, 5 to 10 years at least. And, it's just awesome to see. I mentioned our video content. So I've been working on what we're calling an essay symposium series, where students are learned about their supervised agricultural experiences, where they work. Maybe they have their own beef cattle, they own their own business, or maybe they're doing some research, and they're able to use those videos to apply what they know to a passion and a project, and then carry it on into their future. And that's something that's not only going to be available this year, but it's on YouTube forever. And that's such a cool thing to say, and that our team is able to have the impact. And then so many teams beyond us are going to use that same resource to be able to carry that on. And I think it's just so unique. I think that if you come back to the impact that it's having on members, for the opportunities it provides, it'll always stay in a hybrid setting. We will more than likely always have, we'll come back to our live events because it's awesome to see those members in person. But I think that the hybrid option is always going to be there. So students who are not able to participate or travel for any reasons are able to still come together on that virtual program and be able to interact with one another and have some of those opportunities, because there's so many different things that prepare students for their future. And I think it's so cool to highlight a lot of those. And there's just so many opportunities that we've been able to find through COVID that we never thought would be possible. And I think it's so cool to highlight that and be able to put that into our future.
I like that. So you guys have a theme? You and your officer team have the theme for your convention all put together?
We do. And I'm not going to tell you it because we're just releasing that on Friday here. So it'll be the February 19th, we're going to actually release that theme. So pay attention to the Minnesota FFA social media platforms to view that video. We've been working hard on that, and it's such a cool video. Our theme fits well with our year, and it really makes everything worth it. So I'm really looking forward to that coming out and seeing the members' reactions, and then how it relates to what we're going to do in our state convention.
I'm looking forward to seeing that too, Ben. So tell me really what kind of things the organization's really doing. Are you seeing growth in FFA? What's the reaction to how things are going right now in the organization?
Yeah, so we're seeing continual growth among members. We're seeing a lot of participation that is continual. So members will come on to some of our Zoom platforms. Maybe they just want to have an interactive fun night, which we've done before. We've seen that members continue to participate, and we're seeing that they continue to grow each time they come. They're participating more. So that's awesome to see in those members, that we've had since September come on to some of our programs. And that's what FFA is all about, is creating those relationships and connections, and, having that optimism for FFA and the future of agriculture. We're seeing that even in the chapters on the where it all starts, the chapters are adapting and creating new content and different activities for their chapters to do they're continually able to grow. Just because they're continuously learning, just like we are at the state level here. And I think it's such a cool thing that FFA is able to do for the future of agriculture, and the way members are able to grow. And we look at this year. I based my FFA career on supervised agriculture experiences, and I was able to work on my family's farm, do some different fabrication experiences, own my own beef cattle, and we're calling this year the year of SAE, just because SAE hasn't been totally impacted by this, and students are still able to grow in those experiences. And I think highlighting those is very important. I also believe that highlighting a lot of the activities that chapters and regions are able to put on is so cool to see the future of agriculture in those students, and the passion that ignites when those students are able to get together on some of those platforms.
So tell me about a little bit more about yourself. You're going to school at the University of Minnesota Crookston?
Yeah, yep. So I'm currently studying at the University of Minnesota Crookston here, and I'm majoring in ag business and agronomy with a minor in finance. And hopefully, someday I can transfer that into a local agricultural cooperative, and then work with farmers and agriculturists from around that rural community, and have an impact on their lives to make their agricultural world more efficient, and just help them to prosper. Agriculture has been such a foundation of my life. And I just want to give back to what has given me so much through the first 19 years of my life now. So
Kind of unusual. You've got 3 officers at UMC.
yeah, and it's different this year. The spread of the state officers looks a little bit different this year, but I think it also comes with this unique year, and I think it fits well with some of our online content, that we're able to prepare some of that stuff when we're together here at the University of Minnesota Crookston. And our whole team is able to participate in a lot of our virtual content as we put it on, because that's what's awesome about some of this virtual content. Everybody's able to hop on and work together on a lot of these things. And I keep telling people that I was able to learn a lot about Zoom throughout this year. I was able to learn a lot about video content that I probably went to learn for 4 or 5 years. But this has just, again, propelled my knowledge and so many other knowledges forward to be able to prepare for some of these things that we're putting on.
Yeah, honestly, Ben, I didn't know what Zoom was until March hit us. I don't think so.
I can relate, actually. So I knew what Skype was and those platforms, but Zoom was not one of familiarity.
So I always like to get the backstory. What got you involved in FFA? What was that beginning into this organization?
So like I mentioned before, was born and raised on a corn and soybean hobby farm. And that's really what piqued my interest in agriculture. I always remember, riding in the combine with my dad, riding in the tractor, and just doing different things. And I always had interest for it. And as I got to be a 7th and 8th grader, I'd always worked with cattle in my life through my uncle, and my grandpa had some. And I asked my dad one day, I was like, could I get some beef cattle? And he said, yeah, let's go for it. And so, I started my FFA career through supervised agricultural experiences and in that beef entrepreneurship, and then through my family's crop farm. And then it just blossomed from there. I joined FFA in my 9th grade year. I actually started participating in FFA events like creed speaking, might be familiar to many, and then like prepared public speaking, and just going to a bunch of camps and activities, and just continuously learning in positions that I was able to hold at the chapter and regional levels. And I just loved interacting with members. I love seeing everybody's stories, and I think that's so unique to highlight in FFA, that everybody has their own story, and it's so diverse. And hearing those different agriculture backgrounds, and then just growing from there, continuously trying to evolve in some of my knowledge, and then also just growing with those around me. And I've been blessed to be able to be here and have this opportunity to be able to serve Minnesota FFA.
What's your home chapter, Ben?
Staples Motley would be my home chapter. So
fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to seeing the activities that come during this FFA week, and looking forward to how things shake out for state convention as well. Ben, a pleasure to have a chance to catch up with you this week.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. It's been great to have the opportunity to talk with you a little bit about our activities. And like I mentioned, stay tuned to social media for a lot of the things that will be coming out concerned with some of our state convention and our theme that'll be coming out here on this coming Friday. So thank you for this.
Ben Olander with us, the state president of Minnesota FFA, as we look ahead to our National FFA Week.